Grand Rising, my melanated people. It is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. We're out here loving, living, enjoying life, and just enjoying nature out here where God intended for mankind to be. Taking up the sun and just building up that energy and enjoying life, as I said before. Today I want to talk to you about something that's kind of near and dear to my heart. It is, I started not to do a video on this, but then I realized that my obligation and my calling is to help melanated healing and help people heal who are coming out of these situations like this. And so with that being said, I had to do it. But I put this disclaimer on this video right now. If you're in Christianity, and you're happy in Christianity, and you think that's where you're supposed to be, this video is not for you. Turn it off right now. Don't watch it. If you are Muslim or Hebrew Israelite, I'm not going to be talking about that religion, but I'm going to be talking about basically Christianity. But this video is probably not for you either. So, this video is for people who have been hurt in Christianity, people who are still in Christianity and wondering why is it like it is. It really shouldn't be like this. You know, this cannot be of God with the way people are treated. And this video may be for you. You may want to check it out. And if you do check it out, stick around to the end. I'm sure you'll learn something. But didn't want to do this video because I don't bash religions. I think people have the right to worship who they want to and do what they want to do. But I also think that there are people who are hurting and need some guidance and some direction also in this situation, and some choices and some options. So that's why I'm doing this video, not to bash your religion, not to talk about it or anything like that, because I definitely 100% believe that people should be able to worship who and where they want to worship. It's your choice, it's your life, you're the one that will have to answer in the end, so it's definitely got to be 100% your choice. And with that being said, I'm going to show you a clip. And in this clip, you know what? I can't even set this up for you. You will have to see this for yourself. So go ahead and check out this clip, and I'll be back.
Because God's not a respecter of persons, and I'm not a respecter of persons. And it shouldn't matter who it is. The truth is the truth. You know, and basically there's been two people that have been affected. First of all, Dominique Davis, that's why he wasn't here last Sunday, has been thrown out because he says, oh, God's not three persons, God's only one person. What? Hey, sit down. Sit down. What are you coming up here to do? You want to come take over the service?
No,
Huh?
the service.
What do you want? What?
I just want a prayer.
Get out of here.
No,
you can't.
You're breaking the law
Get
right
out
now
of
by
here.
stopping this
Get him
service.
out of here.
You understand?
Drag this bozo out. Pull him out. Hey, help him out. Get him out.
Walk in the zone and we'll get him out of here real quick.
And you know what? If anybody wants to come up here and take over the service, we'll throw you out of here, buddy.
Right.
This church is not a free-for-all. This isn't an open mic. This isn't a karaoke bar.
That's right.
Okay? I'm the man of God here. I meet the qualifications. I run this church. And if you don't like it, then get out.
Now, as you saw that clip, you saw that, you know, let me put it to you this way. I was in the pulpit for many a year. And saw a lot of theatrics, did a lot of theatrics myself. Not saying that I wasn't guilty. I was guilty. But I don't see, from what I've studied all my life, from been in Sunday school since I was a little child, all the way up, you know, to my 50s. And it's just unbelievable that you can talk about love, joy, agape love, understanding, and then act like that. These are the things within the Christian church that are really hurting people, that are really causing people pain. People are there wanting to understand. If that guy got up and stood up and wanted to know something in that scripture, you should have answered him right there. If you didn't feel equipped to answer him right there and let him say that, because you going on ranting and raving and showing and putting on entertainment for the other people in the church is not helping that person. And if it's something that needs to be discussed, you could tell him, brother, after the sermon, I'll be glad to sit down with you and some of the deacons, trustees, stewards, whatever they call them in their church, and we'll sit down with you and we'll go over this with you, and we'll stay here until you have a decent understanding. And if you think we're wrong, you have the right to go and to another church and find somewhere else. We want you here. But if you don't believe we're worshiping right and doing the right thing by God, then maybe you might want to go somewhere else. But we're going to sit down with you first and go over this and try to explain it to you and see where you stand. Now, that was the way to handle that in love and in kindness and in caring. All this theatrical stuff that's going on, it's just 100% not necessary. And that comes from man. And that's the problem with most religions, is that they come from man. And when they come from man, man is fallible. I'll give you an example. I have a Hebrew Israelite that, follows my Facebook page and comes on a lot of times and says stuff. Most of the time I don't answer him. But yesterday I felt compelled to answer him. And he came on there and condemned me to hell and condemned me to death over a poem that I wrote called I Am Pastor, and it's in my book. It's in my book, and there's a link to my book will be below. And the book is called Unapologetically Melanated, the fucked up shit they told me and how I survived to rise again. But it was a poem from that book. And he condemned me to hell for saying that there was discrepancies in the Bible. And that the Bible didn't line up. And that's not what I was saying. That's not what was there. So we go back and forth for 45 minutes. And come to find out he misinterpreted what I was saying. Because I said the pastor's words did not line up. Not that the Bible didn't line up. I said the pastor's words didn't line up with Scripture. And we go back and forth for 45 minutes, and he still wouldn't admit that he was wrong. He still condemned me to hell. But that's the problem with man, with fallible. So if he can make that mistake about my poem, what makes me think he can't make that mistake about the Bible when he's interpreting it? So man is fallible. He'll make a mistake and fuck up in a minute. And we go back and forth for 45 minutes, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But there's no need of him writing me anymore, because I tell you what I'm going to do. Every time he posts something up under there, I'm going to be very polite and kind. And I'm going to say, if I can, I'm going to say, you're right. There you go. If it's something just totally crazy and out of the way, I'm going to say, brother, you be blessed, and may the Most High always guide your feet along this path. That's all I'm going to say to him. I'm not saying anything, going back and forth with man. Because it's not my fault you don't understand what I'm saying, or you can't read what I clearly state here, and you take it to be something else. But see, that's a person looking to pounce on somebody. And that's kind of how Christianity is set up. To jump and pounce on somebody without getting all the facts. All I know is you did this, oh, I'm going to get you. I'm going to show you that I am justified. That I am the right hand of vengeance of God. I am that two-edged sword cutting both to and fro. And I'm going to cut you down. But I thought they said when the New Testament came along that they were supposed to be love, caring, and healing. And how do you heal somebody condemning them to hell? Condemning them to death. But that's another story. That's a video for another day. Let's get back to where we were. So now, this next video I'm going to show you, it's been all over the internet. And it's another one that shows no empathy or no sympathy. One thing I learned being in the pulpit, and it took me a while to acquire that, I had to have some conversations with some people, is that you never know who's sitting before you. So whatever you say out of your mouth, you don't know how that's going to affect that person. Now, of course, this next video is of Minister Kim Berea. And she's putting down some pretty heavy stuff about people. So, with that being said, let's get to the next video.
Young ladies, time to stand up and get you some money. Get you a job. Quit thinking you so wonderful with that dirty thong on, thinking some brother gonna come in your life and make you a princess and you ain't living a dime's worth of nothing. What makes you think, oh boy, gonna get a job to celebrate you and support you and you dirty? Don't even know how to wash good. Musty right now as we sit here. And you think, oh boy wants you in his life? Folk around you scared you gonna shout because of what they gonna smell. It's in the house, so we got to deal with it in the house. I'd rather us talk about it in the house than to get out on the street talking about we prophesying and laying hands on the sick and they shall recover. And as soon as you lift your hands, the wind blowing somebody's nose and they about to pass out because you must as a dog.
Okay, so you watch that clip, and it's just that could have been said with more love and more understanding. That was, and what I got from that was just pure entertainment. And that's something that the black church has got into, entertainment. And I was into it, trying to do it, didn't do a good job of it. I was not as proficient as some others were. But to be entertaining when our people are hurting is not necessary. Now, if she wants to be a comedian, you know, she can get with Ricky Smiley, Lavelle Crawford, you know, all those church comedians. They're fine. They have a place. They have a time to do that. Then she just be a singer/comedian instead of singer/minister, a pastor, or whatever, you know, because comedy does have a place in the church. Comedy is funny. People need to laugh. It heals your soul. It brings about all kind of healing and things. But when you come to see someone that's going to, as they put it in their term, preach the word, then that's what should go on. That's what should happen. The word should be brought forth, not degrading people and talking about people and going on and on and on and on and on about these things, you know, because you, like I said before, you never know who's sitting before you and how that's going to affect them and how that's going to hurt them. You don't know. Somebody with a issue of smelling could have been sitting right there. Never will come back to another church. A homeless person could have been in the back, came in off the street, not smelling well. Never come back again. You know, I never forget when I was at Stillman College and we went to sing at this church in Georgia. And this mentally ill person came running down the aisles. And all the deacons rushed to him and just heard him out. Just took him out. Nobody stopped to sit him down, talk to him, see what was going on. I guess he was mentally ill. I don't know what was going on with the guy, but I don't know what he wanted. He could have been in his right mind, just feeling the spirit. But they hustled him out of there. They may have known him, I don't know. But these type of acts in the church don't show compassion. They show no compassion at all, about things. She could have talked about everything she talked about in a different way and still got her point across and still been helpful to people without being hurtful. Now I got one more clip to show you, and this one is of Kim Burrell again, and it's people ranting and raving, but I didn't find it that bad. But the bad part I did find, I'll talk about it when we come back.
Most don't understand his personality because he is truth personified, and he tells the type of truth that makes most uncomfortable. Because who likes to be told you're just ugly? No one likes to be told that, especially when they have realized it. All right. Most don't get offended until they know the bad thing about themselves. And then somebody else recognizes and says, oh, I saw the ugly too. I just wanted to let you know. So anyway, y'all get that later. God is great. All of you are beautiful. I haven't chosen anyone to be ugly yet. God is good. God is great. You all look great. Most of you have on hats covering most of that anyway. Here's to you. I have a great personality. Okay, I'm going to sing. Daily I shall.
Okay, so you saw that one. Now what got me with this one was, she just said that you got on your hats to hide ugly. Some of you hiding ugly with your hats. And then the camera pans right to that. And you could tell she was uncomfortable fixing the hat because I'm sure that was on a big screen somewhere and she could see it. But these type of acts, I guess they think they're funny. But they're not. They're not. Talking about PPP loans and you can forward me. And, that's the way these things go. I have a person that I went to college with, and she's a fabulous singer. And she was down to earth and very loving and very helpful. She's been in some Tyler Perry plays. She works with the Browns. She's friends with Thelma Mann and people like that. And I called her, and I was working for a nonprofit, and I called her. I said, well, I was wondering if you would come and do a concert for us to raise some funds. She said, oh, yes, for you, be glad to. But now, your girl is evolved. Now, they have a Hilton there. I got to have a 5-star hotel, and I've got to have a first-class ticket. Now, you can pay for my band and and such, and I'll be glad to come. I'll put you in contact with my people. Now, I don't have no problem with paying her band. That's not for her. Those people have to come. They have to make money. But she was willing to come for free. I give her that. But a 5-star hotel and, the most expensive hotel and the most expensive airline ticket. This is a nonprofit organization. So and I know it's business. I understand she's in a business. I get that, but we didn't have that type of money to do those things for her that she wanted to be done, and she should have known that, and just said, nah, I won't be able to do it at this time, and I would have been fine with that, no problem at all. So So basically, what I'm saying is that churches need more compassion in the Christian religion, especially in the black church. And we need to and there needs to be less entertainment. Entertaining will go a long way. I've got a friend now that I've known since childhood. Killed his wife. He's a minister. Killed his wife. Went to her job. Killed her. I carjacked the car, left the scene. And he writes my mother, and he writes me, and I write him back. I'm overdue a letter to him now. I need to write him. But he sends us things that programs and church bulletins and things that have his name on it as senior pastor, and he's in prison. He's pastoring the church from prison. Now, I don't know whether that's true or not, whether he's just making it up, printing this stuff out, but I can believe it. And the reason I can believe it is because the boy can natural born play a organ. I'm talking about he could sit up and play an organ. Nobody has to sing or anything, bring the whole church to tears. Been playing since he was knee high. And I'm talking about he can play and can sing and can hoop. And I'd always made the joke that a hooping and singing pastor in the black church could kill somebody and still pastor a church. As a joke. Never thought it'd come true. Never did. So that's how deep the black church is into entertainment. Pastors can jump on old men, jump on women, and still hold their position. And you gonna tell me that y'all have, well, I ain't gonna go into that. I'm not gonna go into that. That's for another story. I'm just talking to people who want to be healed from these situations. Jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. You might think I'm totally, absolutely, 100% wrong. You know, I ain't got no thin skin. Let me have it. All right. That's all I have for you on that. I hope that this helps to heal someone or bring you some clarity to someone. Like I said, once again, if I offended anyone, I apologize. I'm not here to bash your religion or anything. I'm just making some observations from things that I know that hurt me when I was in your religion. Be blessed, my melanated people.